Hey y'all, this is my first real YouTube post. I am a truck driver by trade, but I am showing you to dash my truck. What I'm recording today is a lot of people I've seen have been curious what caused Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers to switch from Pearl to DW after he was with them for so many years. Well, what happens is that what went down is Chad actually lives in Thousand Oaks, California, which is about where he lives at. I don't know his exact address, but I got a rough idea where he lives at. It's about a 20, maybe 25-minute drive from his house to the DW factory where they make the drums in Oxnard. And Pearl had an artist relations guy that had been with the company almost as long as Chad has been. Chad was with Pearl, and the guy decided. And before I go further on, with Chad being so close to the DW factory, he's been good friends with John Good and Don Lombardi for years, and they've gotten to be really close here recently, within the last 6-7 years, especially with the drum channel thing, because Chad was one of their main guys that they had on their channel. So this Pearl artist relations guy, I don't know his name, I don't know who he is. My information is coming directly from a guy inside of Pearl. He told me that when this artist relations gentleman on the West Coast finally decided to retire, Chad Smith was leaving anyway, and Pearl knew this. That was the big reason behind the last Chad Smith signature snare drum they did. It was free floating. That was like brass and steel hybrid, whatever it was. That's why they did that snare with Chad Smith. So when he retired, that's why Chad Smith went to DW. Because I've talked to a few DW artists that live in the LA area, and they call their people at DW at 9 o'clock in the morning. By 4 o'clock, unless it's a paint job, like if it's not painted, if it's anything else but being painted, like a wrap or a satin oil, they can pick it up that afternoon at like 4 o'clock, for example. So it was, and with Chad doing all the drum channel stuff, because Don Lombardi is known as an instructor, that's why he went to DW. Now, I will say this, backing up to what I was talking about, him only being maybe 20-25 minutes from the factory. When you see these pictures on the news of LA traffic being bumper to bumper for 20-30 miles, Chad Smith, where he lives at in Thousand Oaks, he's north of that. He doesn't even hit that unless he actually goes into LA personally. But he can get around it simply by going out the 101 and then taking California 72 over to the Pacific Coast Highway, and then drop down to PCH into Santa Monica and be less than an hour with little to no traffic. I know this because I've driven to PCH with a big truck. And actually, the cool part about it was that California, I had just spent $300 the day before I was there at Truck Wash, having my in Barstow, having my truck and trailer both washed and all the aluminum rims polished up so they looked like chrome. And so the truck was spotless, so they didn't really bother me. But yeah, I mean, that's the main reason he switched right there, the convenience, and also he's been good friends with the guys at DW for a while. So that's what it is. So talk to y'all later.